Okay, well, I thought a very, very productive first day. A lot of work to do, but it was a long day for our players, and I thought they handled it well. You know, we talk about being a tough football team, and part of it is emotionally and mentally, and with a full day of classes, meetings in the morning, and then having a couple meals and coming out for an evening practice. I like their intensity. I like their effort. I particularly wanted to see our retention from the meetings to the classroom. I thought for the most part our older players did a good job, and I thought our younger players, for the first time of the volume of installation, that they handled it pretty well. Now, as we all know, it's the progression of training camp, and now you have to progress from day one to day two with the installation. And you know, a lot of times with younger players, the mind starts to tie the feet up. So we have to make sure that they're in their playbooks, and they're also balancing their academic workload as well. Our practice etiquette and our habits. And for the most part, I was pleased. We still have to get much better on some little nuances with the way we practice. Also our tempo, our details, what it takes to play winning football. We have to continue to improve our tempo, but I thought it was improved from the spring. Then just our overall communication with installation, like I spoke about at the press conference, communicating down and distance, all the things of situational football. I thought for the most part they did a great job, but we need to do a better job overall in the throw game. I thought our execution was a little bit off, our timing was a little bit off, which will get corrected, and a lot of times that happens on day one. But overall, we talked about getting 1% better, and I thought we were able to get 1% better and was pleased with day one. So I'll answer any questions you may have.
How did Ron Jones look specifically?
Going through the introductory stage, so to speak, of a true freshman quarterback, participating in his first practice. You could see where Quentin has that experience under his belt. Quentin did a great job of really coming out, and you could see the command presence where Sharon is still digesting the playbook and all that, and he'll work exceptionally hard to get better. But I was really, really pleased with Quentin. I thought Quentin did some really good things, and just the growth and maturation from spring football. You could kind of see the momentum from the spring game kind of carry over into practice one.
Speaking of growth and maturation, where is Pig Howard at today compared to this time last year?
Continues to develop. He's come a long way, and he knows all the wide receiver positions. He works exceptionally hard. He understands the expectations, and you know, now he's learning how to take care of his body, so he's come a long way.
What are the biggest differences this opening day versus maybe the last couple of opening days, just in terms of where y'all are as a program, different?
The first glaring difference is the speed, team speed, particularly in our backfield. Obviously with Jalen Hurd and Alvin Kamara, the speed in the backfield, then you throw Ralph David Abernathy in there, you throw Joe Young in there, you throw John Kelly in there. It's visibly different from a speed level standpoint. I just think the overall maturation in culture, maturation in a football team, understanding the standards, the expectations, but I think the overall confidence level. We've had, you know, 2 very productive days in terms of meetings and expectations and players understanding how you approach the day, how you approach meetings now as training camp goes on. I see them really trying to mentor our younger players. We had leadership opportunities. We had a great leadership opportunity, and Cam Sutton took full advantage of it when our second team defense didn't sprint onto the football field, and he called them all back and had them rehuddle and sprint on the football field. And he said, that's not the way we do things at Tennessee. And he took advantage of that leadership opportunity. So I think just the maturation and growth of a football family, a football program, you see that. And our bodies. I think our bodies have changed in the weight room as well. So a lot different.
But speaking of bodies changing, you let spring set the offensive line as the most improved part. Have they built on that this summer, and just it looks night and day different?
Yeah, they have. And obviously, you know, you're in helmets, so there's only so much that you can do. But the biggest difference today in practice one in growth and development over spring from the way we concluded spring and growth and development, from the summer, was just our overall pad level. Even in walkthroughs, we've challenged them with their pad level and their hand placement, and you could see that today the pad level was the best since we've been here in terms of just overall leverage and low pad level.
What do you see from Juwan Jennings at wide receiver?
I'm excited about Juwan. He's kind of sipping through a fire hose right now at the wide receiver position, but I see an individual who's a very, very gifted athlete, very, very competitive, and has very, very good hands and loves to compete. And he made some catches today where he kind of did a double take and it got you excited. So for day one, I was very, very, very encouraged with him.
But do you anticipate you'll have to manage Derek and Kurt after they miss the spring, or are they pretty much full go, and is it good to have them back out on the field?
Yeah, we're going to have to, because they only know one speed, and that's full speed. So we're going to have to do a great job because it is a long camp. So we chart everything, live repetitions, we chart it all. So we'll make sure that we manage them. And the great thing about them is they have great maturity in terms of recovery from practice, getting the necessary fluids in, the protein, the nutrition, and then obviously going through the recovery circuit as well. But yes, we're going to have to.
What about the element of competition all over the practice field today? Was it what you wanted to see, or somewhat what you wanted to see?
Yes, and that's one of the other glaring differences, is we're still not there yet in terms of overall competitive makeup at all of our positions, but you could see the competition. And the other great thing, though, is even though there's competition, they're helping each other. They're coaching each other. But there's competition there, and we have some very good football players we still need to recruit. It's still going to be an opportunity for players to come in here and play right away. But in the growth and maturation of our football program, you can see the team speed continue to grow. You can see our bodies, our strength levels continue to elevate as well. It's very, very encouraging.
Anybody stand out to the linebacker in day one, and how's Darren Kirkland
Yeah.
looking to get really participate in spring?
He did a good job for day one. I thought all of our freshmen really did a good job. They were very focused. They had very good retention from the classroom to the field, which was what we wanted to see. Kenny Bynum did a great job of lining everyone up from a communicative standpoint. And again, there's only so much you can do in shorts, but the athletic movements, the communication, the lining up, the fundamentals, the fine details, I was pleased with them. Austin Smith is very, very athletic, has some explosiveness in his punch, so that was great to see as well. I was really encouraged by all of our freshmen.
Butch, several of the guys said they feel some swagger wearing the swoosh, the Nike gear. What kind of stuff do you put in there?
Well, we all know about the brand of Nike and what it means. And just to see the look on their faces, they didn't receive any Nike gear over the summer. So they were all waiting for reporting day at training camp. And they were like kids at Christmas. You have to feel good. And that's part of our investment that our administration has made into our student athletes. And they love it. And if they love it, I love it. But it was great to see it out there. I know our players look forward to today. Now we have to make sure we represent the Nike brand just like we have to represent the Tennessee brand.
What do y'all think? What do y'all thinking positionally with Austin Smith? I know you like his athleticism and versatility, but what kind of role could he have positionally?
Well, right now it's at Mike linebacker. He could play Will linebacker. He could play Sam linebacker. He may even grow into kind of a hybrid Sam linebacker, Leo, kind of like Kurt Magid. But what he possesses is he has a frame that he's going to continue to put weight on. He's very, very, very explosive, and he runs very well. And his retention was very good today from the classroom to the field.
I know you mentioned a lot of guys as potential Mike linebackers. Is that kind of looking for a strength in number there, throwing a bunch of stuff out there to see? I mean, it's such an important spot.
Right.
Who's going to do that?
It is, but also we're very, very youthful there, but we have some youthful talent, which is very encouraging. But, the big thing for us is continue to grow and get better mentally as camp moves on. And like I said, this is just day one. This is probably 1/9 of our schemes, offense, defense, and special teams. Now there becomes an accumulative effect when you add If you're a defensive player, you have defense, and then some individuals may play on every team in terms of special teams. So now you add those fundamentals. You add that scheme, and now all of a sudden they're everywhere. And so we'll know a little bit more as training camp progresses.
Coach, how much of an impact does it have having so many people back from injury from the spring along with the new freshmen, so more bodies?
It's a big impact. And, you know, like we just spoke about, we are going to have to make sure that we do a great job of monitoring their progress. But it was great to have them back on the field. And not just on the field, but also on the field from a leadership standpoint. And they were anxious to get on the field as well.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.